Well, here's a look at how things are looking. Actually, this is in Anniston, and what a shot. A lot of rain mixed with a little bit of snow. It looks like some flurry action starting to make its way into East Alabama, and that has been the trend for the past 30 minutes or so. Temperatures dropping now in East Alabama down to 35 in Anniston. So that cold air starting to make its move. There is a winter storm warning in effect for much of our viewing area, especially from I-65 eastward. That will be the hot spot. This is, for lack of better terms, this will be the most active area where we will see the snow as well as some icing from a little bit of freezing rain, especially in our far east counties. And the National Weather Service out of Peachtree City is calling the ice potential catastrophic for central Georgia. That's very harsh wording for a weather event. And if that is the case, they could see up to an inch of ice in some areas in eastern Georgia. That means weeks without power for those folks. I know power companies are coming in from all over the country for not only East Alabama, but also back into Georgia more so. And already ice now in Atlanta where the temperature is 30 degrees. And that's important to us because the cold air is coming from that direction. It's starting to nose its way in here as the winds have been brisk, picking up. That's helping to push the air, or eject it in here, and that will push it across the state line, and that's when the transition will begin with snow and a little bit of freezing rain. Down to 33 in Lineville as well as Midway. Some of that colder air now seeping down through some of our valleys, and that in turn is helping to support some of the, or at least the changeover or transition to some light snow now in eastern counties. And by the way, send us your pictures to report it. Even if you just got rain falling right now in some of those areas, that information is real important to us, and we can distribute that out and certainly get it out to a wider audience. And you can see that wind chills are a problem as well. So bundle up. If you have to travel and you are headed somewhere that it might get icy, take extra clothing and certainly prepare for the fact that you may get stuck somewhere, especially through northeast Alabama. All of the rain continues for most of our area. There's the changeover to rain and snow, freezing rain all the way back into Atlanta. About 1/10 of an inch of ice starting to accumulate now. Roads are shutting down all over the place. More than 10,000 folks without power in North Georgia. And there is that transition, even some of that light snow now moving into the Anniston area right along the 20 corridor, which is actually right there across from the Best Buy. We do have our crews over there in East Alabama ready to go and giving us these live pictures. Here is the storm system that is responsible for this. That is what will keep the rain chances going for us. And then later into our day, we will see that change over to snow. And even, again, as I mentioned, some freezing rain in our eastern counties. But the snowfall totals could be rather impressive in northeast Alabama, upwards of around 4 to maybe 6 inches, especially in some of these higher ridge tops where the temperatures will get lower sooner. But the snow does make it as far west as Birmingham. Totals here locally in Birmingham, about 1/2 inch to an inch. But this is a very fluid forecast, and unfortunately with winter weather like this in the south, it's always such a fine line of where that temperature range is, how the atmosphere is set up. In some spots, it may be below freezing, a couple thousand feet off of the ground, and then above freezing, above that, that's where we're going to get our icing, and it's just a real wait-and-see type of day, and we'll certainly keep you posted as well. Here are the snowfall totals. I think this is pretty accurate as far as what we're anticipating with our data coming in. We'll have to watch East Alabama, though, as that colder air is encroaching rather early. Temperatures throughout the day today. We will stay above freezing around Birmingham, but notice the nose of that cold air moving east are actually from the east to the west. So with that in mind, we will see that changeover for all of us later into the day. Temperatures should stay above freezing, though, around Birmingham. That's good news, but we could still get some accumulation on grassy spots. Here's your extended forecast. After a few passing sprinkles or a shower Friday, sunshine. A great looking forecast for the weekend.